Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you guys all had a great week. I am Dan from Trading with Dan, and this is our Bitcoin morning update. So yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour, it kind of looks like we are going to play out some sideways over this weekend. Potentially have established ourselves a new range. Potentially, we won't realistically know until we either come back to the top and come back down, or come back to the bottom and come back up. But yeah, looking like we could have a new range from roughly 58,000 to roughly 68,000. You can see we pretty much moved down towards it, got bought back up, moved back up towards the top, and then sold back off. So obviously, with the weekend looming, you guys all know that I kind of look for sideways reversion to the mean price action over the weekend. I mean, this weekend could be different as retail potentially comes and FOMOs in and market buys on Coinbase over the weekend when they see the new all-time highs, and when they see all the ETF news, and when you know, those retail people do their research. Maybe we do get some move onwards and upwards, but I would probably suspect if we do get a move up, we'll probably be pinned below the $68,000 level, and then when the CME opens Sunday evening, then yeah, we'll potentially see a move back to roughly wherever we end up today at the end of Friday's trading. We've obviously got the whole day, so we could pump back up from here, break through 68, and get all wet and wild into price discovery. But I kind of suspect that we may put in this sideways now. I guess today will be telling. Either we do move back up, we take out 68 and go into the 70s. I think we'll accelerate pretty quickly into the low 70s, low 70Ks, and then obviously then play a pullback. So if that is not to happen today, I think we could have established ourselves a new range, which could also be what we've been waiting for our favorite altcoins to start to have their fun in the sun. If we have a look over at the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing, Ethereum Satoshi pairing, you can see we're back above this horizontal, and we are not too far away from these recent highs here. So if we do take these out, I do think we'll end up back through this. I mean, ultimately, you guys know I think we're going to end up upwards anyway, so it's kind of a moot point me saying this, but I think we will end up back through this resistance, then continue onwards and upwards. Maybe we've got one of those W formation bottoms. But realistically, it is kind of these highs, and then obviously this resistance area to get through. But obviously we are looking good. We're looking a lot better is what we're looking. Yeah, I would probably not be so hasty and say we're looking good, because we haven't even taken out these highs, but we have taken out these recent highs. We are back above this resistance, and we are looking to try and move back up. So yeah, if Bitcoin is to play like a week of sideways within a range, I suspect Ethereum is going to start to get moving very quickly, because like we said, lots of people in this crypto space understand the relative value of the Ethereum network. And yeah, I think that it will just start to obviously get reflected in the price action. If we have a look, also actually, that's whilst we're here on Ethereum, I always forget to look at the USD pairing. If we have a look at the dirty fiat pairing, yeah, you can see we got within a whisker of that all-time high before selling off. I mean, we clearly don't believe in double tops. We know we are going to ultimately accelerate back up, take this out, and then continue upwards to 8K EOY. But yeah, obviously on the initial pass, fair enough, we pulled back. We have obviously got this sideways range here from basically roughly 4,000 to 4,400 for Ethereum to potentially sideways consolidate in over this weekend before maybe next week we get that break up, or even if we are just trading sideways over the weekend in Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum that starts to pump, but But yeah, we shall see. Because obviously retail may be more interested in Ethereum than Bitcoin, because retail's obviously looking for obviously retail looks to swing for the fences, as opposed to the professionals that don't need to swing for the fences, because they're obviously trading with larger amounts of money, so they can still make massive notional gains, even though they may not be as big percentage gains. But yeah, so there you go. That's the Ethereum dollar pairing that we don't normally look at. Yeah, we look at stocks, look at them go. I mean, we pretty much knew this was going bullish. Yeah, we pretty much knew this was going bullish, and we knew this was going to happen into obviously. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean we are just in that crack up boom. We are going to have a reflation into Q4. We are having a reflation into Q4. This is going to continue upwards. At some point, it's going to have a pullback. I don't think it'll be very deep pullback. We are absolutely terrorizing the bears in this market. They are getting squeezed to death. And yeah, and ultimately it's not even just the bears, it's not even the people that are short, it's the people that are not in positions or market neutral. They are gonna have to FOMO in and buy. And yeah, this is gonna well, it's already J-hooking, I guess. But it is gonna move. But at some point though, we are gonna have an aggressive pullback, potentially for like a day or two. Because yeah, I mean that's how markets work. This is overbought, the VIX is oversold. There will be a relief pullback and a relief rally in the VIX, and yeah, and then we will get and then that will be a BTFD opportunity for the equity traders out there. And we look at Nascoin as well. Nascoin looking good. It's not quite reached its all-time highs yet, but yeah, Cathie Wood will be obviously enjoying this. The Dow though, yeah, basically at its highs as well. And the Russell only ever realistically trades sideways anyway. The Russell is more a barometer of the actual real economy, which we know is pretty not doing as well as the FANGs and big tech, and put it that way. Also, we're interested moves in gold and silver. Gold looking like it wants to make a move potentially to the upside. If we do look at the gold silver ratio, it is coming down pretty aggressively. I mean, we had this area of resistance that realistically we were expecting rejection at, which we basically have had, and now we're moving back down. So this is bearish. This clearly is a bullish indicator for precious metals if silver is going to start outperforming gold, because that's what happens in open markets for precious metals. And if we do look at silver, you can see silver is looking like it wants to try and move upwards, but relatively speaking, I mean, compared to crypto, who cares about these markets anymore? Who cares? That's all I can realistically say. Precious metals are literally like all I can say at the moment now. Precious metals are basically a hedge against like an absolute destruction of the system, whereas just a Bitcoin is probably just more of a bet on just basically a winding down of finance 1.0, but not obviously not a return to the Stone Ages, basically. Yeah, so basically that's what I'm trying to say. Precious metals are a hedge against a return to the Stone Age, which I think is unlikely. You guys know what I mean about return to the Stone Age, but yeah, so if we do have some semblance, I mean, if we do still have power, we do still have the internet, then clearly crypto is the one. Yeah, still got my cold here. DXY also still looking like we are wanting to break down, which is relatively good, especially in the face of bond yields still looking okay, or the 10-year at least looking okay. Like I said, this is a snapshot. You don't get the whole picture. Really, like, to read the bond market, what you actually want to be looking at is the yield curve, the relationship, and the relative moves difference between various points on the curve, because that tells you basically what the economy basically tells you a lot more than just an individual snapshot. But yeah, either way, bond yields rising whilst the dollar is going down is textbook reflation. It's textbook risk on. It's textbook, and we obviously we are seeing textbook risk on, and I mean in Bitcoin or in cryptos also. Yes, not much else I wanted to look at on here. Oh yeah, we could look at the most disgusting chart in crypto. Yeah, there we go, the YZ pairing. There's your store of value. Your store of value is basically sell your Ys for ETH as soon as you can, because this is what's going to happen. You will be absolutely wrecked. There is no worse chart than this in crypto. Those guys over there are literally clowns, absolute clowns. They should hold their head in shame. They are absolutely pathetic. They have messed about with absolute BS all year, and that nobody really cares about other than them, because they obviously get themselves a few kickbacks and a few extra bit of cash themselves. But realistically, this is absolute trash, and the project is trash, and yeah, it's just trash. So yeah, store of value. Yeah, store of value what? anyway, we don't like negativity. We don't like to be negative, do we? We don't like to be negative. Let's have a look at these stochastics for Bitcoin. 4 hour had a nice pullback, and potentially going to turn back up. So again, potential more sideways ranging with a move back upwards. 10 hour. These are potentially going to be bullishly resetting, or I mean not necessarily bullish, because we have obviously price actions come down from around 68, but yeah, obviously coming down here, more room to come down. 12 hour coming down, more room to come down. Daily coming down, all the room to come down. 2-day turn down, 3-day turning down. Obviously higher time frames. 5-day looking great, weekly still looking good, bi-weekly looking fantastic, and monthly is going to turn up and look good. So are we hitting that point? Stochastics would kind of indicate that we are hitting a point of yeah, sideways basically. Sideways before ultimately breaking up. I did kind of expect us to get above here and continue up, and we still may do that. Remember, this is we could get a nice move up in stocks, but like I said, I'm expecting a pullback. I would expect people that have been long stocks and been buying to take some profits at some point, us to pull back, and then us to move onwards and upwards. So yeah, if stocks do catapult upwards in today into the close, which I would suspect they wouldn't, then maybe that will drag Bitcoin onwards and upwards as well. But yeah, realistically, I think we are looking at the sideways now. The attention will turn to altcoins. And yeah, that should all be fine and dandy for all us altcoin fanatics. So yeah, not much else to look at on here. We will actually, whilst we are here, have a quick whiz through at the TD sequential, see if we've got anything in here of note. Not really too much. Yeah, not really too much. The weekly, I'd want to kind of see if we've got anything. No, not really anything there either. Yeah, no, not really anything of note, which kind of is good in a way. So it means there's nothing really that's going to TD sequential wise that's going to stand in our way. Ultimately stand in our way for higher prices. So yeah, all looking good. Yeah, all looking good. Yeah, my cold is getting better now. I literally had 0 sleep last night. I don't know whether it's because I have been sneezing too hard and trying to unblock my nose, but I feel like I've got some sort of headache. Well, I have got some sort of headache, and literally it stopped me from sleeping at all last night. So I just laid there wide awake all night. I've had no sleep. So hopefully it will go over today, and then I'll just be so knackered tonight I will be able to get some sleep. But yeah. But my man flu or whatever it is getting a lot better and going anyway, so that is good. I will be fighting fit once again. So yeah, so there we go, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.